Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So I was at Our Lady of the Lake Catholic Church in Lakewood, New Jersey. And I didn't even know about it until I had gotten there. But Lakewood, New Jersey is known for one thing and one thing alone. It has the largest population of Hasidic Jews outside the state of Israel. You know, the Hasidic Jews are the Jews who wear the black coats and they got the earlocks and they wear the big hat. They are everywhere in Lakewood, New Jersey. They own and operate the city. I always like to tell people, just like we Franciscans, we own and operate the Holy Land. Well, the Hasidic Jews own and operate Lakewood, New Jersey. And there's a reason for that, but I'm not going to go into that. Anyway, while I was there preaching the parish mission, I found out this wonderful belief that the Hasidic Jews have. They believe that every day of your life, God visits you 100 times. Every day, God sends 100 angels into your life. Now, if you believe that, then what happened to the Blessed Mother at the Annunciation when Gabriel entered her life? Hey, lady, that ain't nothing. I get 100 of those a day. But the difference between the Blessed Mother and Albert Haase, Mary was wide awake. Her eyes were open. And when Gabriel came into her life, she recognized him as an angel sent from God. There's a way to live like a saint. Keep your eyes open for the 100 angels God will send into your life today. You know, it's very interesting, and it's kind of unfortunate. When we translate the story of the Annunciation found in the Gospel of Luke, when we translate it into English, unfortunately, in English, we translate the Greek word angelos as angel. And that's really unfortunate. Because as soon as you and I hear the word angel, what do we think of right away? The wings, the halo. The word angelos in Greek literally means a messenger. So an ordinary messenger by the name of Gabriel entered Mary's life. And it was in that ordinary messenger, because she was wide awake, that Mary recognized an angel sent from God. Keep your eyes open, because he's a God of surprise and he's a God of disguise. You know, I love to say it in my southern accent because that rhymes. He's a God of surprise and he's a God of disguise. I was a young deacon, much like Deacon David here. I was a young deacon at St. Jude Parish in New Lenox, Illinois. And I can remember one day the pastoral associate, a nun, a sister of St. Francis out of Milwaukee, Sister Marcia came up to me and she said, "Oh, Brother Albert, isn't it so much fun?" And I looked at her and I said, "What on earth are you talking about?" And she said, "Full-time ministry, being in a parish, isn't it so much fun?" I said, "Marcia, it ain't fun at all." She said, "Well, what do you mean?" I said, "Well, I sit down to work on my Sunday homily, and the telephone rings. I sit down and I to work on the RCIA program, and somebody shows up at the door. I said, every time I sit down to try to get some work done, something to me that I'll never forget. She said, Brother Albert, remember, God never makes an appointment. We got a problem with God because he always shows up at inconvenient times. He's a God of surprise. He's a God of disguise. And you and I are challenged every day to keep an eye out for God. Because that's what saints do. God will come into your life today 100 times. And hopefully, like the Blessed Mother, you are wide awake. Your eyes are open. And you will recognize the messenger when he comes into your life. I do a lot of preaching in Methodist churches. And I always thought it was a Catholic song. And it turns out it's not a Catholic song. It actually originated in the Methodist church. But it is a beautiful song. And its refrain says it all. Because no matter where you are, in a church, at a restaurant, in a business meeting, bent over, taking clothes out of the dryer, or even in your kitchen, never forget, surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel his mighty power and his grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. No matter where you are, keep your eyes open. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel his mighty power and his grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. In the 14th century, there was a very, very holy, well, he was a Dominican, unfortunately. There was a very, very holy Dominican, a man of great wisdom. In the history of Christian spirituality, he is known as Meister Eckhart. And one day, an elderly woman went up to Meister Eckhart. And she asked him, she said, Father, I haven't been a good Catholic. I don't always go to Mass. I don't always say my prayers. And I often ignore poor people on the street. She said, is there a way to make up for lost time in the spiritual life? Meister Eckhart looked at the woman and he said, Lady, you want to make up for lost time in the spiritual life? Be in all things a God seeker, and at all times a God finder, amid all kinds of circumstances and among all kinds of people, and make it a life habit to copy Jesus Christ, to do what he did and to avoid what he avoided. Always learn to love him as he loves you. Great advice. Be in all things a God seeker, and at all times a God finder, amid all kinds of people and in all kinds of circumstances. And make it a life habit to copy Jesus Christ, to do what he did and to avoid what he avoided. Always learn to love him as he loves you. That's what saints do every day. They are God seekers. They are God finders. They keep an eye out for God because they know God is a God of surprise and disguise. And he always comes inconveniently, and he always comes 100 times a day. May the Lord give me his peace.